If you've ever met this young man, spent time around him in the classroom, on the field, outside, you know he's all heart. Now he's one who's, when you see him, he's physically imposing, he has a lot of big muscles, but by far his heart is the biggest. When we named him captain, he took that role seriously. He jumped right in. Before we even had our first tryouts, he was talking to me about players who were going through some rough times and how we could reach out to help. On the field, he's all heart. He gives it everything he's got, 100 miles an hour. And when you watch him, you know. When the whistle blows at the end of the game, whether it be football or lacrosse, he's laid it all on the line. He's left nothing left to give. And when you do that, you have no regrets. His intensity and focus and determination is something we can't, as coaches, we can't thank him enough for. Not only in practice, but on game day, in meetings, in preparation. He was always the last one to leave the locker room at the end of the night, always constantly, "Coach, what else do you need me to do?" His service for others stems from his huge heart. I've only had a few, I've loved all my players that I've ever coached. And every once in a while, you come across a player who just has that natural enthusiasm for the sport, for the love of his teammates, but also the intensity to go past what your body will allow you to do. We asked so much of him this season unfairly, especially when injuries mounted up. There were times in the games I could tell the way his muscles were shaking, eyes were bloodshot, that he had already given everything he had and was spent. But we still had one more quarter to play. I would tell him, "Hey, we got this next one." He would jump up and say, "No, Coach, I got it. I can go a little bit longer." Any great coach will tell you that there's a certain distance you can go if you're playing for yourself, but it's not a far one. When you see players who can go above and beyond, and there's not a price that they're not willing to pay, that's because they're playing for someone else. They're playing for their teammates, they're playing for others. And Aaron Taylor is someone who gives his all for his teammates. There's not a price that he wouldn't pay for those around him. He is truly a leader and a captain, and it was an honor to be his coach. Aaron Taylor. All right, one more.